stands out in your mind?
Oh, God, give me a second.
Sure.
Oh, my God. Does he give me advice? Let's see. I think it's more than advice, okay. I think that Bruce said it, but I think, what I look at, Bruce said it, but I think that the most significant thing that Mel did was before we got married, he convinced his mother and his father to come to our wedding. And it meant, and I didn't realize until years later how significant it was, because he never talked about it, nobody talked about it, but it became apparent to me that they were there because he said, I'm going. And that meant the world to me. And 43 years later, we're still running strong, and Melvin brought the family together. Brought the family. That's my word.
Thank you. Tell me, what is the best advice Melvin always used to give you?
I have to think about that.
Before you go to bed.
Advice? I don't know that he gave me.
Does he have words of wisdom that he's always repeated throughout his years of marriage?
No, he was very calm and laid back. Very calm. He always solved his problems running. When he came back, he had the answer. He knew how many were coming for dinner, how many chairs. I guess you got nothing else to do, so he's counting chairs. So he always... That makes sense. Yeah, he always agreed with me the next day.
Okay.
That is very important. We would have a little disagreement, and he would say no. And then the next morning, he'd wake up and he'd say, well, I thought about it, and maybe you were right. He hated to say that. Don't put that on video. But he did some serious stuff while he was running.
Okay, so we'll record. What is the best advice your father ever gave you? Or what do you remember him telling you?
I don't know if it was advice, but just recently at the office, he yelled at me to make sure I put the bill in the envelope with the check when I'm paying the bills.
That's the best.
That's the most recent I can recall. But
Did it give you advice growing up?
He was never one to.
He was a man of few words.
Yeah, he let you figure it out on his own, which was good. He didn't order you around like some other parents would. Like, clean your room and don't wear all that black clothing.
You know what? I'm going to take one of these. I like that. Thank you. All right, well, turn your video.
His advice was he always buys the first thing he sees. He doesn't shop around. Is that good advice? I don't know.
That's good advice. Do you follow that advice?
Only when he's buying.
Ready? You go first, Beth.
Okay, it was my first time that I could vote for president, and the note that came with my absentee ballot said, vote for Roosevelt and the New Deal.
That's right.
And I did.
Do you have advice Melvin gave you growing up?
Melvin always said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
David?
Melvin told me if it's broke, call someone to fix it.
Eli, do you have advice, or you didn't know him growing up?
Melvin said, can you listen to this?
Melvin, if you need any help, give me a call.
What's the best advice you ever gave yourself?
Stay alive.
Stay alive, okay.
Eat prudently and exercise.
Okay.
I still exercise, but I don't eat prudently.
Okay. I already got David. I got to think. All right, you can think about Zoe. You don't have any advice? I got Beth already. Hold on. What's the best advice your brother's ever given you?
Tell me if I'm on.
What?
Am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, the best advice my brother ever gave me was after he met my husband, he said, go ahead and marry him, he's a good guy.
Okay. Come here. What's the best advice Grandpa's ever given you? Like, what's the best advice Grandpa's given you? Do you know what advice is? Okay. Can you think of something? Be good? Be good? Okay, that's good advice. All right, you're good?
Yeah.
Okay. You're on.
The best advice advice that Melvin's ever given me was when running, always just try to beat the person in front of you.
Okay. Amy, do you have advice? The best advice your father ever gave you?
I need to think about it.
I'm gonna clip it anyway.
think
So,
about it.
all right, you can think about it. Yeah, I'll put it all together for him.
What are we going to do? That on the tip of your tongue?
Like make it into a DVD and give it to him.
I don't say anything.
Just say it. Just give me a hug.
You don't say Aunt Renee or Mrs.
Cousin Renee or...
Nope.
Say anything.
Okay, so what's the best advice Grandpa's given you? But you know what advice is, right?
Yeah, I don't
What does he tell you what to do all the time?
I don't know.
Does he tell you anything like Wyatt said be good. Does he tell you anything special to do?
Don't jump on the bed, he put it together.
Don't jump on the bed.
Zoe might want to take this 20-year-old.
No? What's your favorite memory of Grandpa then? Do you have a favorite memory of him? Here, come stand here.
When he took us to Punta Cana.
When he took you where?
Punta Cana.
Where?
Punta Cana.
Oh, and where's that?
Dominican Republic.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you did that. And that was the best memory? What was your favorite part of that?
The whole thing.
The whole thing? Okay. All right. Good job. I'll turn this on.
So I remember running the turkey trot in downtown Buffalo. It's an annual race that's run on Thanksgiving Day. And I ran it with my dad. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember he let me beat him.
Okay.
He let me run across the finish line as if I truly beat him, but I don't think I did. So thanks, Dad, for letting me win.
Very nice.
The whole race, we're keeping up with David, and we're keeping up with David, and David's slow. We're like accommodating him and running, and all of a sudden at the end she sprints. And he says, I beat y'all.
Because I think she did a job.
Your dad was a good sport then too.
Wait.
I only think about this.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
What's the best advice Grandpa's given you?
There's definitely something. As my dad always says, and I'll remember this for my whole life, blood is a red, sticky substance. Oh, that's a good one.
Your dad or Grandpa said that?
Well, my dad said it because Grandpa said it.
Okay.
It happened on his medical test because my dad talked to me about it. So what happened was he was taking his medical test and he put blood as a red sticky substance, and that's one of the sayings that he always says when we think of Papa. Sophia,
Can't think of something?
Papa said that you remember. Can you go around people Yeah, I know. I can't think of it.
What's your favorite memory then?
Oh, I think our favorite memory was, I'd have to say it, because I don't speak for Sam a lot. When we went to the Canada House when we were little, because we used to always go in summer, but now we would like wake up at like 6 a.m., go downstairs on the computer, and Papa would always be there making himself a bowl of cereal, and he was either in his running clothes or he was going to temple every single morning, and we saw him every single morning.
Favorite memory? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ask all the?
Yeah, I asked
You
everybody.
know who I am. I'm the son-in-law.
Yeah, no, I know.
Did you ask Amy, all of his children?
Yep.
Did you ask Sharon?
I asked Sharon.
Oh, really?
Yep.
The best advice he's given me?
Yeah, or something that sticks out in your mind.
He really hasn't given me any
Famous saying that he always says to you.
famous saying.
I even asked the kids. The kids had some advice.
Really?
Yep.
Famous saying that he always says to me?
Can't think of one? Okay, your favorite memory. That's the backup one.
Good advice. I'm trying to.
I'll come back to you. You
Come
think
back to
about
me.
it.
Let me think
I got Nora
Let me think. Oh, jeez.
or a famous saying, something he always said.
The other side, Sharon.
Don't put ketchup in the soup.
Don't have surgery. Don't have surgery.
Okay.
Don't have surgery on your back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Okay.
He always said don't have
Don't
surgery.
have
It was a can of peas, not ketchup. He ketchup
No,
everything.
no,
He put peas in the soup.
no, it was ketchup. Elaine, I remember it.
With the help of my
Okay.
Aunt Rosie.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I can't necessarily think of the best advice that a father-in-law would give to his son-in-law, but I will say that the best thing that Melvin, my dear father-in-law, ever gave me was his daughter, Amy, who I love with all my heart and soul. And I think she's a wonderful person, and I wouldn't be with her without you, Mel, and Elaine. So, no advice, but you gave me your daughter. Thank you so much.
Perfect.